Hey everyone, we're at Gamescom and I'm with Cameron from GameSpot UK.
Hey.
And yesterday we took a look at Dishonored from Bethesda and Arcane Studios, and we want to show you 5 new things about the game that have not been seen in previous demos.
Exactly. So thing number one we saw is that in Dishonored, you don't always have to go in all guns blazing or all powers blazing. Parts of the game, like the mission we saw yesterday, involves a lot of kind of detective skills. So you need to go around chatting to the various NPCs, trying to figure out who your target is. So that's one thing we learned. It's not always action. Sometimes you got to use your brain.
Yeah, and so one of the new enemy types they showed off was the Overseer Musician, who kind of makes the running and gunning a little bit more difficult. He has a little musical box that will essentially disable all of Corvo's magic. He can be dispatched with explosives, but actual gunfire won't do any good because he's got really thick armor plating.
Another thing that we found out yesterday is that although the game isn't strictly an open world game, in fact it's really not, each mission has these kind of open world tropes that we're used to seeing. So, in Skyrim you've got side quests, well in Dishonored you've got side quests too within your main mission. And one we saw yesterday was really cool. You're basically assigned to go and kill this person in the mission by this chap called Lord Pendleton. He's one of your buddies. And he also gives you this note to deliver to someone else at the party. So, gullible person, you go along, oh, hey buddy, here's the note. Turns out that note you just passed the guy is actually, it reads along the lines of, the bearer of this note agrees to participate in a duel to the death.
So the interesting thing about that duel too is when you do participate in it, which is an optional thing, if you do, you then gain Lord Pendleton's favor down the road. So doing so kind of introduces this dynamic storyline thing where this persistent, your actions kind of carry forward and have an effect on the rest of the story.
Yeah, that's kind of thing number 4 as well, yeah. So then thing number 5, the final thing we learned is that, Bethesda have already talked about this quite a lot, is the replayability value. But it's not just down to, oh, you can complete this mission in lots of different ways. There's actually some inherent randomness in the way the levels work. So in the level we saw, you had to take out this Lady Boyle, but she's at the party dressed up in a costume. But the problem is she has 2 sisters, and they're all in this one
identical, costume.
Variations on a
colors.
costume. Yeah, there's a red one, a white one, and a black one.
Yeah.
And each time you start this mission, she is dressed in it's randomly chosen as to which one of those costumes she's dressed in. So if you complete the mission once and go back to play it again, it might not be the same Lady Boyle.
Which is nice because it's not just about taking out Lady Boyle in a different manner. It actually changes everything completely. So even if you want to do it the same way, it's still fresh. It's still different because you're going in, ignorant essentially.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So make sure you check out GameSpot for all other Dishonored content from myself and Pete and the rest of the team. So stay tuned to GameSpot.com.